Hey, everybody, it's Karen Anderson here with the Weekend Review. First, let me say Merry Christmas to everybody that celebrates. Happy Kwanzaa to everybody that celebrates. This is just a whirlwind of a month when we have all these billions and millions of celebrations, but 'tis the season, right? So I'm probably going to end up being just myself today with Joshua, but that's okay because we've got the next week that came up for our weekend review. We still have one more week to report to you, which will be next week. However, also on Tuesday, January 2nd, we're going to have so much stuff to talk about next week. It's going to be awesome and amazing. And I'm super excited. And you should be too. But before we get started, do me a favor, click that like button wherever it is on your screen. Click subscribe, click the bell so that you're notified every time that we go live. Because again, we don't just go live to go over these weekend reviews, which everybody's with family, kids are out of school, you're all really busy, we get it. So you may watch this in replay. But if you're notified when we go live, like we just had a Survivor series that was recorded, or no, actually he went live, you would have had an opportunity to see it live. Or when we go live to talk to clinicians or disability attorneys, whatever the case may be, you'll have a chance to be on here with us and participate. So click the bell, share, because there's definitely information in here that other people can get behind and would probably want to know about. So right now we're in our 31 days of hope and joy. So it's a little bit different than what we typically talk about, which is information about medical stuff in your aorta and aneurysms and valve issues and dissections and genetics. We're not doing any of that for the month of December. This is stuff to kind of get you to think about the answers and then give you the warm, fuzzy feelings and all that good stuff, maybe make you chuckle, who knows. But we're giving away prizes randomly on our Facebook page for those that participate. So let's talk about day 17, which I think was about a cup of cheer. How we did that on day 18 as well, I'll never know. I could be wrong, but 17's winner was Scott Paulson, and his answer was Welch's Sparkling Cider. That's something that he appreciates. So something that he likes. That he was our random winner of the day. So let's go on to day 18. Let's just talk about it. Let's see what it brings up for you, Josh. Day 18. I feel like we had this question 3 times, cup of cheer. That's what I'm kind of feeling like, or I've screwed up my days, but cup of cheer. What did I try this last, I feel like we've been gone on break for like ever. It's only been a couple days. I tried, I definitely had a little bit of Riesling, and I don't know what brand, and it was really yummy, but that's kind of it. I had apple cider, to be honest with you. I'm not an eggnoggy person, and I was saving all the boozy stuff for the Thursday hangout. So that was it.
Oh yeah,
Didn't have
that's
much of a
right.
cup of cheer.
I forgot
Yep.
about the Thursday hangout doing that.
Yeah.
Right
It's gonna be
now,
good stuff.
the holiday drink that I can summon is Jack Fire, because that's what my brother likes to drink on
Okay.
Christmas.
And is that like a liqueur or is that like a mixed drink? What is that?
It's cinnamon whiskey.
Ooh, that's kind of reminds me of Fireball. Dun, 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 dun. You know that everybody hears the same song when you say the word. So I'm not the weird one, right? Or maybe so. It sounds like that's what it is, right? Isn't that what Fireball is? Cinnamon, like whiskey?
Oh yeah, I think it's Jack Daniel's alternative or
Yeah,
to
okay.
whatever Fireball
It's
is.
my drink. Okay. Well, then I probably would like that too.
They're both syrupy sweet, that's for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, our day 18 winner was Christina Kohler, and she likes, and I've not heard of this, Rye Pendleton on the rocks.
Oh, she's in
So,
chat. Hi, Christina.
hey, good. Maybe you can tell us what Rye Pendleton is. That's awesome,
Right,
because
that's
I
a
don't
good
think I know what
question.
that is.
And
Yeah.
also,
Is it like a gin?
we have a new person in chat, Ron.
We do.
Yeah,
Ron? Hey,
Ron
Ron. Thanks for joining
Ron
us.
Tiemans. He says he just found us. He just found our group last night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Our
awesome. Well,
content
you picked
is
a
A1 sterling quality stuff. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Definitely appreciate that. And you picked a really fun month, a month of, not super serious stuff, like the good stuff, because if we just spend 365 days a year on super serious stuff, we can be really depressed or maybe very educated. I'm not quite sure how people take it, but this is the time of year that you're supposed to not be super serious, unless something really came about in the news. And of course, we would talk about it. But yeah, no, probably not. It's that time of year that we just like to have fun. We'll get back to serious stuff in January, which is right around the corner. But thanks for joining. We really appreciate it. So yeah, Christina, when you get a chance on the delay that I now realize exists, tell me what Rye Pendleton on the
Whiskey,
rocks
she
is.
says.
Okay, there's a lot of whiskey likers out there.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ron chimed in to say his go-to seasonal drink is black coffee with a sprinkle of cinnamon, 0 calories, and he loves it. And I want to know how much a
Wow.
sprinkle of cinnamon is.
It's probably not a teaspoon. It's probably like literally take the shaker and go chick, 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 like that. That's what I'm guessing. Chick, 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 chick. That's the sound it makes. Chick, 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 chick. Okay. You're either really quiet now, Josh, or I'm cracking you up and you muted yourself.
Oh,
Either
I'm
way,
definitely muting myself for these. You're doing the chicka 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 sounds.
chick, 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 which is different than a spider, which goes chick, chick. That's totally different, right? Okay. All right. I've never heard of that black coffee with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Now you can't help it. You got to go chick, chick, chick. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to day 19. So day 19 is really hard to visualize because it was ugly sweater contest day. And we did ask people to send in pictures. And Rebecca Wiseman actually sent in a picture of her. What is it? Oh, it was an avatar of her wearing a sweater, but with a mermaid tail. So that is a really creative, interesting combination. I myself do not have any ugly sweaters. So I have not yet actually bought one. Don't own one. Think I used to probably have one that lit up, but I do not.
I'm also in the camp of no ugly sweaters. But what do you mean by mermaid tail? Like on
Yeah,
the
and a mermaid tail.
sweater?
Yeah, she was an avatar. So it's her head with an ugly sweater, and she attached a mermaid tail on this avatar picture.
Okay.
And
I
she's
think
from
I'm picking it
Canada.
up. See, this is
So
what's up with
it's,
AI today. I don't know what you mean, and you mean exactly what you said.
I mean, exactly what I mean. And she's in Canada. It's not like I can say she lives in St. Thomas or the coast of Florida. So either she just loves the shore or she's cold and wishes she was in warmer weather. I'm not sure. But she won. That says a lot there too. That's how random our winners are. Because I don't know. I don't know what that was about. So yeah, but that was her. That was her deal. If I owned an ugly sweater, I would have to have mine light up. 100%. It would have to light up. Tinsel. I need tinsel too. Yeah. So that's all I got on day 19. That's all I got. So since it's a visual, let's move on to day 20.
We should really get them to
I'm
like submit a
tired.
picture that we can say, and here's the winner at the very least, you know?
You know what? We will do that next year.
Right?
Maybe maybe what I'll do is I'll have the Facebook post coordinated on here so I can go right into the picture. If
Yeah.
there's a picture one, we can do that. Miss that. Miss
Like
that.
right
Like I
here,
don't have a
post a
picture.
picture of a dog or a cat.
I know. I know.
Right? We're
I
missing
know. And
out on
unfortunately,
valuable kitty pictures.
yeah, well, and it's true because Anna Campbell, I'm adjust my chair. Anna Campbell was our winner, and she had a really pretty picture of her cat.
There it
So
is.
I know, and I have
Oh,
a really cute picture of my dog.
Terry jumped in to say, never mind, gotta go now.
Of course she does. She's one of
Yeah.
those working people,
Did she say
that
hi
work at a
earlier?
desk.
She
No,
didn't even say hi earlier. She's just making
no,
me
she
have
jumped on.
anxiety.
She jumped on to tell us she has to go back to work. Okay, so yes, so day 20 was put a picture of your dog or your cat. We got a gazillion pictures. What I love is how many people, I was just telling you this, how many people participate in this 31 days of hope and joy, which would be great. I would love to see that many participants all year round, especially in September during AD awareness, aortic disease awareness month, because we really try to post the information to tailor it to all of you out there. We'll see what happens this year. Things are changing. There's change in the air. It's good. All right, we're going on, Josh. Sorry. It's a fast day. It's the day after Christmas. Got a lot of places to be, things to do, leftovers to eat. Huh. Okay, day 21. Just something in general. What's something that brings you joy? What is something that brings you joy? Or Ron or Christine, not Terry.
Not Terry. Terry's going
She
right back
left.
to what she loves, work,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Something that brings you joy.
Watching the Ravens
We
win
weren't,
was awesome.
yeah, I bet it was. I bet it was. Um, I'm so tired that I'm not sure that I have like a really great answer.
Naps, naps bring you joy.
Naps definitely bring me joy. When my house is empty, and
Oh, here we go.
I love, in case anybody were to watch, I do love all the visitors. I love you. I love you all just so much, but I love having my routine and just, be able to do my thing, not like have to worry about finding my robe. You know what I mean? And like, just
Ron,
like my thing.
Ron says, my wife of 40 years and our 10 children. 10 children. This man is a champion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I was tired with one. So, how many grandkids does Ron have? I
Hundreds.
can't imagine. That's a potential for a very big event, a lot of family. Yeah. I used to talk to my
Well
cousin,
done,
so she
sir.
has 5. Hmm?
I'm just saying, oh my, well done, sir.
So my cousin has 5. Her eldest son is like probably around 23 or so, 22. And then she had triplet girls. Those 2 pregnancies assisted, and never thought that she could actually get pregnant on her own. And I remember asking her when she had the triplets, like in that carriage, one behind another. I said, "Do you ever have time for date night?" And she just shot me a look like, I don't even understand those words. And 9 months later, her son was born out of the blue. So that was 5. That was a lot. 10. Mm-mm. I'd have to have them older kids in line and helping. They would have to help
Oh, I know,
for
right?
sure.
He
They'd have to wear
says,
name tags.
none yet, none yet. I have a cousin. She also has 5. It took her 10 years to have 5 kids, which I still find absolutely crazy. Yeah,
None yet. Wait, can you imagine? That's a lot of people.
because they're gonna
But
happen in
hats off to
waves.
40 years.
Also
Hmm?
true. Also true. Marche jumped in
Yeah.
to say hello, everyone.
Hey, Marche. No, it's not the new year yet. I can't
Not
wait to
yet. She
just say
says,
Merry
riding on my
Christmas.
new scooter brings me joy. What kind of scooter,
Oh,
Marche?
well, that's exciting. I could tell you that reading either my new Matthew Perry book that I got from my Secret Santa or my new Britney Spears book that I got at Christmas because I really wanted it, and don't make fun. I like looking at pictures in my books. That's the type of reading I do. It says a lot right there, but haven't started it yet. So, but I did get a new planner, so I am very excited. Yes, I still use paper planners. I like touchy-feely paper planners, not just electronic calendars. I like to be able to flip the pages and see and touch and write in it and doodle.
You know, I once encountered a psychological project that said that taking notes had something to
Yeah.
do with tapping wood. And like you don't really have to write the notes, but if somebody was talking and you were tapping the
Mhm.
wood alongside what they were saying, you would
Yeah.
reinforce what they're saying to reinforce the memory of what was going on,
I totally get that
right?
because have you ever watched Schoolhouse Rock?
No. Maybe.
Oh,
Jack Black?
I'm just a Bill. I know Ron
Oh,
has.
no, no, no.
I'm just a
That.
Bill.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
only Bill to music. Give me history sent to music. Teach me about the Industrial Revolution to music. I give me directions to music. I'll remember it. Not a problem. For sure. Yeah, just a
Marsh
Bill sitting here
Marche
on Capitol Hill.
Marche got a Highboy S2 Pro scooter. Now, I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna look that up on my phone. I'll be right back.
Okay. I literally just said I just mouthed, I don't know what it is at the exact same time you said it. So that's going to be it's going to be very much like ventriloquism visually for somebody. But when you look that up, I'm going to move on because I am. And I'm going to go. No, I'm going to first tell you that our day 21 winner, sorry, was Kim. Kim. Oh, Neater. Mm. I do not know how to pronounce Kim's name. And the best part is I can't read my own writing right here. Okay. I'm going to say it's Neater colloquy. It was easier to say than this last name, but she won. She won because she loves spending time with her grandchildren. So that's day 21. So while Josh continues to look up, I'm going to start cracking up.
Oh,
Mushy
it's an
scooter,
electric scooter. It looks so fun. It looks so much fun.
like a scooter you sit on, right?
No,
Not like
no,
a
no, no,
stand up.
no. It's one of the stand-up like razor scooters with an electric
Oh,
motor on it. Yeah.
like the kind you rent, like in the cities.
Zip it
And
around.
you
Yeah.
try. Awesome.
Ron's
All
making
right.
fun of me. He's like, conjunction junction. What's your function? Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, come on. I'm just a. He was a hairy bear. He was a scary bear, and he ate up my adjectives. Ron, right on. Interplanet Janet. She's a cosmic girl. She likes to fly around in her cosmic world. I want to skate a figure eight. It would be great. A figure eight. I know them all.
Are
Only
you
those
like,
lines. I don't know.
what are you doing? Are you casting spells right now?
Lolly, lolly, lolly. Get your adverbs here. I can't believe you never watched Schoolhouse.
I don't think I did
Uh,
now. Now I don't know.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense. Yeah, you know, come on. How else am I supposed to know the preamble like that? The Constitution. Okay, we're going on to day 22. Was shout out to your medical professional day. So let me just tell you ahead of time, it was Diana McDonald, and she just gave a general shout out to OTs, occupational therapists, because she thinks they're amazing. And quite honestly, I think every doctor's amazing. My PT, my cardiac rehab, my surgeon, my cardiologist, and even my primary care now that I interviewed to pick. I haven't interviewed a doctor since when I had to interview him for my child. And it was the first time I interviewed a doctor for myself, and it worked out very well. So that's my shout out to all my medical staff. Yes, the sneeze is coming. I know you can tell, right?
One more. One
And
more.
there's only one. No,
Okay.
there's only one. I've laughed enough. I don't have my fan. I'm very hot. All right. So, yeah, shout out to medical staff. We love to give them appreciation. And we did. So that was that day. And Diana McDonald was the winner of the 22nd.
And also,
Okay.
we would like to shout out to all the doctors that we get to talk to
Oh
on
my gosh.
AHTV. That should go without
There's,
saying. That's low-hanging fruit, Karen.
but you just said it should go without saying, so I didn't. No, but to your point, yeah, it's been an amazing year. The amount of doctors and just individuals. God, I go back to when we interviewed our PT. We interviewed what we've got. I can't even name them all. We've had so many now since Jack Crow from Aortic Athletes has brought in the people he's connecting with. And I just can't wait to see 2024 and
Yeah,
interviewing
yeah,
so
he's
many
already
different types.
ready.
Yeah, it's great. So excited. And we're going to have our VR, our virtual reality through my aorta in the spring. That's ready to happen. It's so exciting. I'm going to be there and get to travel like Fantastic Voyage. You don't know that movie. You don't, and well, yeah, you don't know them. If you did, you probably knew it with like the newer version, but there was an old version that was really kind of cool for its time. God, I sound like my mother. All right, we're going on to the 23rd. So this was favorite holiday story that brings you joy. And our winner was Bruce Waldrop. Yay, Bruce. And he likes It's a Wonderful Life. Would you believe I just saw that for the very first time ever? Saw it on the
Why would you
23rd,
avoid
actually.
that?
No, 22nd. How was you there?
Why would you avoid that?
I never got around to it.
I mean,
I'm not
that's
a
what I'm
big black
saying.
and
Like,
white.
it sounds like
I
you
don't
were
know.
of, okay, black and white, or you can just say that you were
That's the
bored with that
problem.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't love black and white movies. That's the aesthetic I try to avoid. I mean, like I saw George C. Scott in Scrooged, where it wasn't called that. It was called Christmas Carol, I think, right? And that was great. And but then Bill Murray, like he's
Yeah,
awesome
Scrooged.
in Scrooged,
Yeah.
right? And I never don't think I saw Henry Winkler. There's been a couple people. There was also some other guy I can't think of it. To me, I think that the one with Bill Murray is just hysterically funny. Bobcat Goldthwait in there, he was good
Mm.
too. But yeah, A Wonderful Life was very good. It was very, very good. I really did like that one. And I love Miracle on 34th Street with a very young Natalie Wood. That's always a good one. So, yeah, Christmas Story. Um, this Christmas, I'll tell you, we got into oh gosh, no, I'm not going to remember the name. The Equalizer. I have seen now all
Uh-oh.
three, but my stepdaughter hadn't. So we watched number one. We watched two. We watched Diamonds Are Forever, James Bond. And
Nice.
then we watched what was who was the last guy who played James Bond? What the heck is his name?
Daniel
Daniel
Craig?
Craig. Yes, so we watched the one before the last one.
All
It
right.
wasn't Casino Royale. It was another one in there somewhere. So it was a very action-packed, non-Christmassy movie type
How
of
did that end up
couple
in
of
the
days.
lineup?
So she was sharing with us that she had told her boyfriend that she had never seen a Bond movie, which I then looked at my husband and I was like, how's this possible? And he had her watch Casino Royale. And we were like, that's just really out of order. You should really have started like going the beginning. But then I tried to sit through Diamonds Are Forever because I never saw that. I think my first one was definitely with Roger Moore. So it
Hmm.
wasn't Sean Connery because at my age when my father took me. But it was painful. Sorry,
It's
all you Bond fans. That was
just an
painful.
interesting point to make.
Yeah.
Casino Royale is the first James Bond book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But why
And
did
the
they? What was the
torture
first movie?
scene,
Doctor No?
I can't remember.
Hmm.
If we're going by lore, I believe it's something in Her Majesty's Service, I think was the
Hmm.
name of it. And it's like the
Okay.
introduction to the character of the 007 agent,
Okay.
right? Before he starts taking on the moniker of James Bond. But book number one is Casino Royale, and the torture scene at the end of the book or at the end of the movie is in the book. That was pretty intense. Like
Hmm.
I just thought that some new person was like, let's do something crazy. But no,
No.
no.
Yeah. No, and so then we were like, well, have you seen what was the other one I just said with Denzel Washington? Equalizer. She said no. I was like, well, you kind of have to see that.
Mm.
So yeah, it was a different. It was
Yeah,
different.
just getting her into some violence. I like it. Sure, why not?
It's fun. 'Tis the season.
'Tis the season.
Okay.
Because like Die Hard wasn't in that conversation, and yet Die Hard is one of the greatest Christmas stories.
And Bruce Willis would say it is not a Christmas movie.
He can be wrong
Such
about
a
things. It's fine.
such a big controversy, that one, right? I don't
Hard
know.
to
I don't know.
say.
My favorite Christmas story, we discussed this, is well, one of my favorites. I do love Home Alone. I think when they start really hurting themselves and falling down, I have to usually push pause. I have got to go and get some air. I cannot, I'm like heaving laughing. Any of those slapstick hurt yourself, I can't
That's
get
so
enough of
great.
it. Cracks me up. It's like wheezing laughing. It's bad. It's ugly.
That's
Yeah.
so great.
We actually did not watch A Christmas Story once. This is the first year I'm thinking about it now. It wasn't on. Not
Hmm.
once. Fragile. All right, let's go on to day 24. Yeah, we're on 24. And some people left cookies out for Santa, some left carrots out for reindeer. So what's your holiday tradition that brings you hope and joy? Because Heather, I think her last name is, I think it's Freeland. Pretty sure it's what I wrote. I can't read my own writing. Likes going to her mom's house. A lot of people, obviously, there's a lot of answers of being with family and friends because that's really what this is all about.
Yeah.
Family, friends, loved ones, what have you. Um, my family tradition, taking the kids to get photos for my parents and just whatever
Where
we can
you
come up
dress
with.
them up with and just
Yeah,
humiliate them for the
100%.
day. That's so
For the
great that
years,
it's
year
so
over
great
year.
that they play along. Really is.
They do. And like I said, once in a while, my sister and I will jump into the mix. But yeah, this year they were very happy to look nice. We were front and center at the portrait studio at the mall. They had these nice outfits on, and then they come out in their Hanukkah PJs, and then out comes my Italian brother-in-law dressed in a Halloween costume of a rabbi, and he was Hanukkah Harry. And the people just stand there and they know who we are and they're like, oh my God. They wait every year that we go back to them because we don't go to them every year. Sometimes we're at a 50s diner taking black and white photos of the kids in 50s outfits. You know, you just never know what you're gonna find. And yeah, they loved it. Last year we were there. My son was dressed full blown Elvis Presley cape, the whole 9 yards, and my niece was Tinkerbell. Those are two of my mother's favorite things. So that's why we went with that. So that's our tradition.
Fun.
Yeah. Good stuff. This year I wanted us to try to play some of those games like having a ribbon around your waist with a candy cane and just kind of like rocking the body to hook a candy cane from another one in a bucket below. And they all looked at me and said, we're not going to play your games. We're not playing reindeer games this time. So I lost.
This time.
So I'm going to save that for when the ladies of Aortic get together in July. We'll videotape a lot of those contests
It's going to be
together.
Christmas games in July.
It is Christmas in July. Most certainly. And you know what I love is that people in the community send me these videos, especially around holiday time, and they're like, here's a video, here's a TikTok dance you ladies need to try. And I tell the women, I'm like, limber up now. You got 7 months. You have to try and see what we can pull off. So it's a lot of fun. Yes. So, oh, speaking of which, shout out to our own Sean Nicole for getting engaged this weekend, over Christmas weekend. How wonderful and exciting for her. So that's awesome. So yeah, it's been, I feel like I've been on break for a week. I mean, I didn't do this since last week, but yeah, but it feels like, feels like summer break in the winter. All right, let's take a look real quick at some other things that we posted, such as welcome. So 2 weeks ago, we welcomed April Key, and April Key is a community member who unfortunately lost her fiance, Randall Horn, and she started off with us doing some administrative help and then is now going to be a director of support services, helping Kat Langer manage the bereavement grief page and the support group. So she's now director of support services doing that. And this week we wanted to take a chance and welcome Chris Nolan, who's going to be our administrative coordinator for volunteer and community services. And so looking forward to working with Chris in 2024. She's going to really help us with a lot of key initiatives that we have going on. And here's a little bit of information about Chris from her. So she was born in Texas, raised in Las Vegas. She was a musician's brat growing up. She calls Hanover County, Virginia, her home. I kind of knew that she moved to Virginia. It's been for the past 32 years with her wonderful husband, Joe. She's been married for the last 42 years, and they have 3 beautiful daughters and 3 grandchildren. She is a former construction estimating project manager, and she enjoys traveling with her husband and her black lab, Sarah. What a nice name for a pet. She likes to garden and take weekly classes. Now, in 2019, she was diagnosed with AFib, or atrial fibrillation, an ascending aneurysm, and an aneurysm of the aortic root. It wasn't until February of 22 that she had open heart surgery for the aneurysm repair. So she was on a watch and wait, and she did have scheduled surgery. But this is the clincher. Also in 2019, her husband had a heart attack. So here it is. She's been diagnosed with AFib and having these aneurysms, and then her husband ends up having a heart attack. He got a stent at the time and was watched for several years. 2022, she has open heart surgery. Then in 2023, the doctors felt it was time for him to have bypassed. So it's been since like 2019, then 2022, then 2020. It's been one thing after another for the two of them, and they've really both had an opportunity to be the patient as well as the caregiver. They're kind of like each other's other, as they say. And right now, they're currently under the care of the cardio-electrophysiologist, a cardiologist, and a pulmonologist, all at VCU Hospital Pauley Heart Center. So we're so excited to have her. Looking forward to doing some great things with her assistance when it comes to administrative tasks and undertaking. So welcome Chris Nolan to the team.
Welcome, Chris.
Crazy. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. So much stuff.
Yeah, the back and forth, 100%.
Yeah. We also had a chance to hear from Kevin Songer. So he was featured in our Survivor series just a couple days ago, which is great because Kevin is going to be going live with us for the months of January and February presenting Qigong. Unfortunately, I did miss Kevin's live Survivor series, so I'm hoping that Josh can give us a little insight into this. But anytime we have an opportunity to have somebody present their story of survival, whether from the patient's perspective, caregiver's perspective, or even if you've lost a loved one to aortic disease and you want to share that story too, it's very informative, very uplifting, very therapeutic. All around for the presenter and the receiver of the information. So, Josh, is there any major takeaways you want to share with us about Kevin's story?
Well, we like when we have survivors that are like 12 years out, right? So
Yeah.
that's always a big one. And he's he's up and outgoing, and he's got a good outlook on things. That all comes through. But he's got a healthy dose of, why things were hard, So
Hmm.
there's it's a great he's a really great guy. And he talks about like some of the struggles he had with all kinds of different things, right? Um Although he had some trouble, he glances right past it,
Yeah.
right? So, and
Yeah.
that's the, you can see there's a healthy amount of healing that goes into that. Okay.
Well, and Kevin also, and you knew this from the start, his page on Facebook has taken a few twists and turns, but he started the page called Dissection Life. And he really likes to focus a lot on his arts and crafts. And so what you'll find on this page is not only his hobby, but he's incredible craftsman of torching wood. And he's, I don't know how he puts this artwork into these pieces he does, but he has that on there. There's also another type of artwork he does. I wish I understood. I think it's probably via the computer. And
Oh,
he's had other
his
people.
his
Did you talk about
recording of
that?
yeah, he records while like
Oh,
yeah, he
nature
talks about
sounds.
the nature sounds. He
Yeah,
talks
like he
about
lives
being
like
in nature
in the
for all of the benefits of being
yes,
in the sun, soaking up the vitamin
yes.
D, like, get
Grounding
outside
your feet.
at the very least. Yeah.
Yeah. He also, yeah, because he set up recordings, like he's in Florida. So these recordings take place like in swampland, and he'll go
Hmm.
back and capture those recordings. And I mean, he's won some awards. He's been noticed for those recordings. He also, you'll find community members on his page posting beautiful photography. It's just a great, it's always been a page where you can garner information because somehow he's really tapped into like the latest and greatest articles that pop out. But more times than not, it's an escape. I look at his page as great escapism. And when he's been teaching Qigong, and when he got into this, I noticed him on TikTok. And I thought this is perfect because I know I was going to want to start to take Qigong, just thinking of an exercise that would be purposeful and could not, I couldn't hurt myself, moving slowly like that. So we asked him and he's agreed, and he's going to start with us on January 4th, that Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And more information will be coming out about that. But you're right. He just has this attitude that's just, this is what it is, but how else can I make the most of my life? And it's just a very easygoing attitude. I'm so excited he's agreed to this. So thrilled.
Oh, Marche
Oh,
says,
good.
"Thanks for sharing about Kevin." Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a great story.
Yep. And the link is right here. Well, if I scroll, found I'm on the wrong page. Scroll down. There it is. You'll be able to have an opportunity to check it out and click that thumbs up when you do for sure, like we ask you to on this page as well. Uh, let's talk about some events because I'm not going to get into the fun stuff of 2024 just yet. But still, this week, the last week of the year, we do have our virtual support group meeting, which is open for anybody. That happens on Wednesday, the 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then to turn around, we have our Hangouts, which is not a support group meeting. It's literally just a great time for people to hang out together. This week's goal is going to be to party. Chef Rob and his wife Mindy Seltzer, they've posted something on our private forum page on Facebook, kind of letting you guys know, like definitely bring a cup of cheer or whatever makes you happy, and we're going to hang out until the last person survives or not survives. Last person still standing, last person still has their eyes open, last person is still holding the fort down. on, on the page. I'm going to pop in, might do a shot or two, and then I'm out. But it should be a lot of fun. But coming up next year, and we have some things in red with links already. We're still working on getting all the rest of these events listed. Anything obviously in red, you have a link to be able to see. But always, as you know, on Mondays, except January 1st, we're moving our weekend review to Tuesday, is our weekend review. And that is a time where you're going to now begin seeing, starting on the 8th of January, all of our informative posts. And typically Mondays are reserved for medical related, movement related, exercise related. Tuesdays are presented by our 3rd year and 4th year med students, Adam and Duke. They present information. Could be anything about valves, aneurysms, dissections, genetics, TVARs, open surgeries, you name it. That's when they're discussing it. Thursdays is more therapeutic, more emotional, mental health. And every year we have a theme. And so back in 2020, we kind of started this with, we started a movement for movement, which was coincidental. It kind of happened when COVID happened and everybody got locked down. It happened months before that, actually. We just know a lot of people get scared to move. So that's kind of why we started that movement. And then in 21, we did all emotional, emotional and mental health was our goal. We focused a lot more on the psychological aspects of handling aortic disease. And then in 22, am I getting my years right? 22 was collaboration. And I, for the life of me now, I'm drawing a blank on what 23, what this year was. But 24 is going to be about self-care and just
Oh,
learning to
wasn't
set
20
what?
wasn't 23 help us help you? It's all
Oh,
about me.
yes. Thank you. That's right. Help us help you be the best you can be in 2023. Yes. And so we did a lot. We came up with a lot more initiatives and things to really help you get the most out of your recovery and management, like aortic dissection, the patient guide. 24 is uh, receive more in 2024. And one of the ways that you can receive more, other than participating in the initiatives we have, would be self-care and just giving yourself permission for self-care. So what you're going to find in the Hope Mail items, so 23's Hope Mail items were stress balls and these heart-shaped hot cold packs. And in 24, we were receiving requests from the individuals in our group that all participate in meditation weekly, that we come up with some creative items that would be geared towards self-care. So we did. So what you're going to find that you receive if you've signed up for Hope Mail, which is free, by the way, is we have lip balm, we have calming strips. So calming strips you can stick anywhere, back of your phones, typically where they go. Sometimes people put them on a key ring, someplace in the car, and you're supposed to touch them. And there's something about them from a physical standpoint that people find calming. And then we also are including a pack of pencils with a almost adult meditative coloring book. A lot of affirmations in there, just something that you can always keep handy if you want to read the affirmations, if you just need time to just kind of doodle. But it is more self-care from an adult perspective, and just a couple different, very different items than we've ever offered before. So we're excited to get them out to you, and to which I know Tammy has put out 2 PSAs. If you're part of Hope Mail and you have moved in 2023, or if you're part of Hope Mail and you didn't get something and now you're realizing it's because you moved, please send an email to Tammy, Tammy, at aortichope.org, and confirm with her your address, plus the month of your aortiversary, so she can easily find you and update your address so you receive your piece of Hope Mail during your aortiversary month. Just, sometimes it's hard to chase after people to get the right addresses, so be a little proactive with that. But some of the things I do want to point out, though, that are coming up fairly quickly is the first support group meeting in January, the daytime one that happens on the first Tuesday at 12 p.m. We will have a guest speaker, Dr. Kristen Watson. She will be there for the first half hour to answer any questions you might have about medications. Medications and side effects, the use of medications, what they actually do to our body. I'm not going to mention names, but somebody affiliated with our organization, who volunteers with us, was actually told by her cardiologist that she was being put on a clinical trial medication that would reduce the size of aneurysms. And it turned out it was losartan. And I had to very professionally explain that losartan is not a clinical trial. It is a medication that is meant to make your vessels more spongy and less hard, so reducing stenosis. And it does not reduce the size of an aneurysm, because there's nothing that reduces the size of an aneurysm unless you have some type of surgical intervention. That any reduction you see between different tests is just, it's inconsequential, or somebody read something incorrectly. So she, needless to say, is looking for a new cardiologist that would understand aortic disease. But so these types of questions come up: side effect issues. Can you be out in sunlight? Can you take supplements with this? Can you have grapefruit juice with some of them? All kinds of questions. She'll be available to answer them for you if you sign up once and join that support group meeting. So there's a lot of things happening. We've got Jack Crow will be interviewing Dr. Alan Braverman, a very well-known physician, who will be discussing, again, exercise relating to the aortic disease patient. So keeping with the theme from aortic athletes, that's happening. We will have our Ask a Doctor in the month of January with Dr. Prakash from University of Texas, Houston. Gives us a lot of his time to be able to just answer your questions about anything aortic related, exercise study related, really just about anything. And we know a lot of you have a lot of questions. This is a perfect time to ask them and take those answers back to your own physicians and just ask questions. It's just all about conversation. In addition, we will round out January with a live event from Chris Dougherty and Barbara Mountain of Dougherty, Chalakeen and Associates, and they have perfected this presentation on how to successfully navigate Social Security, specifically disability, and that whole process from start to finish, whether it's SSD or SSDI. The reason we talk to them is because I use them. I used them myself when I needed to fill out for disability 7, 8 years ago, and they are nationwide, and they are really here to take the mystery and the fear out of moving forward with the disability process. Every year we have them. My very first question is, what are we looking at time frame this year? Because during COVID, time frames really went up, although going into the courtroom changed. When you were declined twice and then you would have your appearance, it went from meeting person to person to, or face to face, to Zoom. There's just such a backlog of handling this paperwork in certain states across the country. It's just not uniform is the problem. So they're there to help you manage it, make decisions, like if you get a notification that says you need to have a physical, go to their doctor. No, you don't need to go to a doctor they offer to you. What you have already done with your own physician is enough, but some of us don't know that, and we just follow directions, right, without asking why. Well, the days of not asking why are over. If you're in this community, it's time to find your voice, and in this particular topic, they really help you find a voice. So this all is going to go to the theme of helping you receive more in 2024. This is one of the avenues, just like Dr. Braveman, Dr. Prakash, Dr. Watson. We have some good stuff coming up for the month of January, everybody. We still have some stuff to finish in the month of December. So yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a lot.
You did so good, Karen.
Are you just gonna, if I give a high five, am I just gonna be
No,
off the
don't
air?
do that. Don't do that.
Well, hey, I just want to thank Terry for her brief bloop bloop coming in and coming out. Christina and Ron, thanks for showing up, Ron.
And Marche.
Love to have you, that you're new. And Marche, I
Her
wrote
new
down everybody's
scooter. Her new
names.
scooter.
Marche and her new scooter. Vroom, vroom.
Right? Yeah. Welcome, Ron.
Yes, Ron. We hope to see you maybe in one of the support group meetings or a hangout. Telling everybody about your 10 kids and your 40 years of
Oh, I
marriage.
know, right? He's got stories. He's got stories upon stories.
You know you got stories, and it's a safe place, and it's not live in public, so you can share your stories and have some black coffee with cinnamon.
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure that you and I we have our wires crossed on this Keegan situation. You
Okay.
think there's a sign up, and
You told me.
no, he wants this on YouTube so that people can go back and watch. if they
Yes.
miss.
So,
So we're just
right.
broadcasting directly through YouTube for the
Yes.
Qigong exercises.
However,
Yeah.
you had said to me that maybe there was a way that we could have people online with him, but you would not show any of our faces and we would only focus on him so he could still see us.
Oh, I see.
Remember, we talked about that.
Okay, you're right. I
I
do.
leave it
That
to you,
is
sorcerer.
a thing.
Y-
That
That
is
is a
a
thing.
thing.
But you
Yeah.
tell me how you want it to go, and the directions will be up
Well,
probably in the
but
next 24
yeah,
hours.
that. But also, just remember, this is going to be live on YouTube, right? So
Okay.
that's a big thing. I mean, he was when I pitched it to him, I was like, we can share this with a small group of people, or we
Hmm.
can share with the world. And he goes, well, hold on, I like that idea. Let's share with the world. And I was like, that's
All
what I'm
right.
talking about, Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. So if we're cool not having some of us be on camera, that then you have to worry about not having us on camera, I'm good because we can always type in our questions. So let's make it. We're going live on YouTube every Thursday night, starting January 4th, running through February at 7 p.m. Eastern with Qigong with Kevin Songer. So Aortic Hopes Qigong sessions hosted by Kevin Songer, who has been teaching this for quite some time. And we're super excited to have him teach all of us. So then you can be in the comfort of your own home and learning how to do it. And if you miss it, you can always watch it on replay. Memorex. Remember that commercial?
Maybe.
I had to dig up a DVR player the other day. Do you know that they sell for like 300, not DVR, VHS players sell for like $300 in the store? They have nerve to sell something vintage like that for that much money.
What did you need one for?
My son wanted to watch old movies. I still have a few VHS I want to
And
convert
they
to DVD.
worked?
Yeah, of course.
I don't
No,
know.
say and they worked when I tell you that I have a reel-to-reel machine from my parents' day
See,
where it
for
has no
whatever
sound.
reason, that to me sounds like it's better, like more solidly created than a VHS tape. Something so thin
Well,
and frail.
no, these are probably a little bit thicker, but there's no sound. Well, there are some of the reel-to-reels. I think we did have sound, but it was just music that they know that was what we dubbed in. Something no, there was no sound, no sound. So it's
Wow.
just a lot of people waving like this. And then you see over the years how it went from black and white to color. It's really very cool. But we did ship a lot of those reels and the VHS to a place who put them on,
So
DVDs for
these
me.
are
But
mostly home videos.
oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Karen when she's a baby licking a lollipop, in my little patent leather shoes type of stuff. And then my son when he was younger, Christmas and me yelling at his dad, "Hey, I'll shoot his eye out," because he bought him a little type of BB gun when he was like 3, and we, because I said not to, so he did. You know
Yeah.
that fun internal turmoil. Hence, we didn't have a 40-year marriage like Ron.
Like Ron, he knows
Yeah,
what's up. He's got secrets.
he's gonna have so many good stories. Well, that's where Conversations with Karen, a
Hey,
podcast.
still
Once I
waiting on
get
you.
no more
You know
kitty
who we're
ears.
waiting on?
See,
You know who we're waiting on? We're waiting on you.
we're waiting on Sparkle headsets. They're coming.
All
They're coming
right.
because these cat things won't work.
They
You
did
won't see
look
them.
silly. Yeah, you were right.
Right? It looked ridiculous.
Hey,
I
I
need
get
something
it.
sparkly. Mm. The other big argument was I am a Star Wars person and my husband is a Star Trek.
Mm.
So, but I am a Star Trek movie person because of my dad took me to all that. He had 2 daughters, so I was like the pseudo son, I suppose. But
You
yeah,
see,
so I'm both fans.
when I think of William Shatner, I don't see Captain Kirk. I see Denny Crane from the show Boston Legal. It is comic genius.
No, never watched it, I
Oh
don't think.
man, this is a show
Uh-uh.
about okay, so William Shatner is the most winningest lawyer. He's never lost a case. Okay?
Okay.
And he's got what seems to be the early onset Alzheimer's thing going on. And he's the
Mm-hmm.
named partner, right? So he's the
Okay.
reason why everybody comes to his firm for whatever. And slowly but surely, he's kind of forgetting sentences, forgetting things. But what he
Okay.
does is like he's always saying some kind of nonsense, right? One of my favorite things that he does is when they go to do sound bites, he's just like listing off the tricks are for kids. Like just slogan after slogan. And that's all he ever does. Okay?
Okay.
During one episode, he's so fed up with this opposing attorney. And by the way, it's comedy. That's the other thing about it. It's pure comedy. So he is so fed up with the opposition that he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna win, and all I'm gonna say is Denny Crane. Right? So he's like, the problem with the opposing counsel is they wanted to come in here and they wanted to take on the champ, Denny Crane. And he's doing the thumbs at himself, and he's getting the jury to say Denny Crane. The judge is banging the
This is an
gavel.
old show.
It's an older show. It's
Never saw
hilarious.
it.
It's
Never
hilarious.
saw it.
He's a comic genius,
Okay.
Denny
All
Crane.
right. I'll have to look into it because he will always be Captain Kirk to me.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
guess. Do you like David
Yeah.
Spader?
I know. My sister wants me to watch Rules of Engagement.
Rules of
Isn't he in that?
Engagement. What's that? Oh, no,
Isn't
no.
he in
Maybe I'm
it?
thinking of the wrong person. Who's
David
the guy
Spade.
that plays in The Blacklist?
Oh, do you know I sat through that show season after season after season, and did it just finally go off the air because my DVR erased all of the episodes of this last season, and James Spade, James
Yes.
Spade, James Spade. I don't even know how it ended. Did anybody? I mean,
Hmm.
is it over? Because Red is who? I don't know. It's not him. He took the face of somebody else. I got so thrown off that I told my husband I have to be done. I can't do it anymore. Can't do it. I was
Interesting.
so into it and watching the numbers. Oh, okay, this is going to be the criminal number 237. Okay. That's criminal 1422. I was so excited because they were on this list, and then I don't know what happened.
Hmm.
Gave it up.
But
I'll never know.
that guy is Denny
He's so
Crane's
good.
best friend in Boston Legal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, comic
Yeah.
genius. I'm telling you, it's
Okay.
some of the best TV.
I trust you. I will trust you, and I will look into it.
Happy
But
hunting.
until what I will say to everybody, as I will see everybody again next year. But next year, we're going to start off, probably have Diane Bishop from Aortic Health Unlimited as a guest, hoping to have a couple other board members pop in next year. Got a lot of things to announce next year. So we're going to wrap up these 31 days of hope and joy next Tuesday and start talking about some of the great stuff we have and ways to allow you to receive more in 2024. See what I did there? It's a rhyming thing for me. It's rhyming. I like it. I don't have to, but I do. All right. And we made decisions that Qigong with Kevin will be live on this YouTube channel. Exactly why you need to hit the bell. That's why you need to subscribe so you'll be notified in case you forget that it's going to be live Thursdays at 7 p.m. So click the bell. You'll be notified. You'll be Qigonging with all of us in the privacy of our home. All right, guys, in serious note, hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Have a safe New Year's Eve. Whatever you should decide to do, enjoy your New Year's Day, and we will see you in 2024. All right, take care, and thanks again. Click like, click subscribe. Have a great one. See you soon. Bye.